You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, we're going to talk about Stephen A. Smith and Shedeur Sanders because Stephen A. has come out and made some rather controversial comments besides the Colin Kaepernick correlation that he tried to draw the other day over the fact that an NFL quarterback dropped to the 5th round. This has turned into a national conspiracy at this point. I mean, it's really sort of ridiculous. Should he have probably dropped that far? Probably not. Should he have went through a normal NFL draft process that even Shedeur Sanders admitted that didn't work out for them? Following Deion's advice did not work out. He had to fire his father and hire Drew Rosenhaus in order to get a contract with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Here's the one thing that nobody's brought up. These NFL teams spend millions upon millions upon millions of dollars to have set up a proper draft process. Do they want that investment to be respected? You damn right they do. And they just showed everybody, you don't respect the process. You don't go in and respect coaches. Number one, coaches are going to talk to other coaches. Personnel people are going to talk to other personnel people. Owners are going to talk to other owners. All right? So, that Brian Daboll thing got around, and long before that even came out, Todd McShay said there was 2 instances of things not going well in meetings back at the Combine. This was a disaster. And we know he got prank called. All right? Did a video on that the other day. And it turned out it was a couple of kids that looked like they were from Ole Miss. One of them was Jax Ulbrich. All right? Jeff Ulbrich, the DC for the Falcons, his son was involved in this. Well, evidently that's enough. You ought to get your ass beat. Now, number one, the kid's a grown-ass man. I mean, yeah, he's young, but he's 21. All right? And so we're advocating for violence over a 5th-round draft pick? By the way, Tyler Warren, who was a higher-rated draft prospect than Shedeur Sanders, all right, the majority of the league had him as the number 1 tight end. He actually went as the number 2 tight end. And Cooper DeJean last year, they also got prank calls from fake general managers, yada, yada, yada. Where was the national media on beating people's asses during that? By the way, let me just point this out. If this would have been a white man advocating for an ass whipping on a black man, I'm going to let you decide how that would have went.
Where is the picture of the kid? See, it's not criminal, but it's unethical, it's classless, it's amoral to some degree, and I'd like to see the face of that kid, because sometimes you need to be embarrassed. That's what needs to happen to you. Now, in my opinion, this kid, I sincerely hope, to Jeff Ulbrich, I sincerely hope he whipped his kid's ass. That's an ass whipping. That is a required ass whipping. So your dad is a defensive coordinator for the Atlanta Falcons. You go into his laptop computer and find a number for Shedeur Sanders. And you prank call him. First of all, it was cruel and it was classless to Shedeur. It jeopardized your dad. What if the Atlanta...
All right. We're going to stop it right there. I'm not watching this whole damn video, but now he is right about one thing. It jeopardizes his dad's job, and the NFL is still looking into this. It's my understanding that the NFL took this private number and just sent it out to a bunch of people across the NFL. Okay, whereas you would believe, well, the NFL would have sent the number to general managers, owners, and the head football coach. Why the hell is the number going out to everybody anyway? I mean, what the hell does a linebackers coach need with Shedeur Sanders' number? And I understand Ulbrich's a DC, but you get my point. He's got nothing to do with the offense. I don't know. I don't know. It was a dumb prank. It was. But this didn't affect his draft status. This didn't. His dad failing him in the process and him not recognizing that, shit, I might ought to hire an agent because this ain't going well. And you got to ask yourself, after he got past the second round, and I know this would have been ballsy, if he would have hired Drew Rosenhaus right then, does he go in the third round just that quick? I don't know. I don't know. So, I don't know. It's I think it's rather interesting that somebody with the national media is literally calling for somebody's ass to be whipped over a prank call. Is it in bad taste? Sure. Was it kind of funny? Yeah, it kind of was. You know, should it have been done? Probably not. But again, that didn't affect his draft status. It didn't. But some choices and decisions he made during the draft process certainly did. And I will give the kid credit for one thing. He has come out and acknowledged that maybe he could have handled things differently during the process. Good. Self-awareness is huge here. It is huge. He's with the right coach. Let's see what happens. But as a fifth-round pick, he runs a risk of being runs a risk of being cut. He does. Now, do I believe Jimmy Haslam will allow the Browns to cut him, even if he's a disaster? Nope. I don't believe Jimmy Haslam will. Because I think he took Shedeur to shine light on the Browns organization. Here we go. Shedeur Sanders endured an agonizing wait to be drafted after seeing his draft odds tumble in the days leading up to the first round. But odds makers believe he has a better chance to win the Offensive Rookie of the Year than almost every other quarterback drafted ahead of him. Let's take a look. I've got the odds up right here. In fact, I've had these up a little while, so let me refresh and see what this says now right here and see where Shedeur is at. Shedeur is at a plus 2,500. So there it looks like there is 1, 2, 3 quarterbacks now that are ahead of him. He was actually, I believe he was ahead of Tyler Shuck. Now Tyler Shuck is ahead of him. So Shedeur is still plus 2,500. I mean, you know, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So he's tied for 11 in the Offensive Rookie of the Year odds. I got to tell you, plus 2,000 on Travion Henderson, who went to the Patriots. He's going to be a massive part of their offense. That's kind of got a little juiciness to it right there. Yeah, that's a little. How you doing? That's interesting. That is interesting. By the way, the odds makers are telling you something. Tyler Shuck is probably going to start with the New Orleans Saints. But that is interesting because, look, I do believe, again, I've said this before, Stefanski, right coach, right system for Shedeur. Now it's about football. It's not about any of this other bullshit. It's officially about football. You're going to have to get out there, show a humbled willingness to be coached up. All right? The guy I feel bad for is Dylan Gabriel because I also think in the right system, he might do a little something.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.